Hello everybody, Steffi here from The Makers. Hope you're all okay. Just had a little chat with Emma and we had a little bit of a giggle as well. So yeah, she was on holiday last week and I started writing her a message this morning which I never sent, but it was just as well because it was complete gobbledygook, true in Steffi style. I imagine what it was like going on holiday or taking time off work when you actually work from home, which must be weird when you're coming back because you've never actually gone. So, but then you have been away, and but you haven't actually been away. So yeah, I'm glad I didn't send that message. So how is everybody? It's been a bit of a rainy day here today, but I hear next week we're gonna have a heat wave, so that's good. Let's just see who's actually here already. So we've got on board Laura and Mo and Diane and Carol. Donna is there. Hello everybody. Donna's going to miss Thursday and Friday this week as well, but you can always watch it later. So if you want to watch this at any point, you can watch this at any time because it stays on YouTube, of course. And Faith is back, yoo-hoo! And oh, well, now, Donna, listen. You've just, one of the reasons why I was actually a little bit caught in my own little world was because I hadn't seen your comment, but I've actually made a tiny little toadstool to go inside the plant pot. So if there's time at the end, I will give you a very quick little tutorial. Hi, Rachel. Everyone just started felting a wreath for Christmas, started wrapping the core wool around the wire, but Daniel not impressed with the smell. Oh no, Daniel, I'm so sorry. It's only sheep. I had to laugh as I know Steffi loves the smell. If you really stick your nose in, take a deep breath. Oh, I've always feel a bit like The Sound of Music or Heidi. Does anybody know Heidi? That Sound of Music. I actually don't like Sound of Music, but I do love Heidi. Heidi in the mountains, in the Bavarian and no, maybe it's not even Bavaria. I think it's Switzerland actually. I'm making everything German. Doesn't have to be. Not everything's German. Yeah. So anyway, it just reminds me of really comforting times. Smelly sheep, but nice smelly sheep, and straw and hay, and oh, it's nice, just nice. Faith says one of these days it would be nice to have a Zoom meeting for all those who wanted, so we could have a makers virtual stab along. That sounds like a fab idea. Helen says, gosh, so many here already. Oh yes, this is even before I started. So Emma is of course here as well. Oh, Alicia is here. Alicia's been on holiday. Oh, you've been kicked out of the campsite at 10 a.m. Yeah, I didn't know that campsites even kick you out that early. But I suppose there's not many campsites open, and then they probably have got more people waiting. I know my family tried to book a holiday in Cornwall, and it was really hard to find a campsite that was actually open. So who else is there? Emily. We've got an Emily here. Hello. Made it today and will be half watching whilst working. Yeah, of course. Just don't tell anybody. Let's make some peg dolls. Absolutely. Okay, is that telling me to stop chatting and just getting on with it? Hi, Marjolein. I just had to pop in as it all started with your peg dolls. Oh, yeah, I remember that. It did start with the peg dolls, didn't it? Your journey started with the peg dolls. That's hilarious. And Teresa is there. Oh, hi, Kim. It's really nice to see you. Now, Kim, this I don't know if you're even into this kind of stuff, but I know your needle felting is exquisite. However, I did use the 42 extra fine needle to make this little toadstool, so I'll talk a little bit more about that later. Everyone, I'm finally here. Yay. Day off today, so first time being able to watch. Oh, that's amazing. Thank you, Kim. It's really nice to have you back. Lynn is there. Oh, Lynn remembers Heidi. Yoo-hoo. What? How can you not like the sound? Oh, don't get me going. Honestly, I just hate it so much, the Sound of Music. Yeah, I think it's a German thing. I think it's an English thing, actually. I think, or British thing. I don't know. Do the Scottish people like the Sound of Music and Welsh people? I have no idea. lanolin smell is so good. When I was a member of the Spinners Group in Edinburgh, we would often be so pleased to get into the bags of fleece with the local farm when the local farmers brought them to events. Excellent. What did you actually go inside the bags? My children used to crawl inside bags with smelly wool. Spain holiday cancelled. Oh, I'm so sorry, Teresa. No, now booked cottage near Malvern. Excellent. You're actually really looking out onto the Malvern where I live, so hoping Makers Shop open for visitors by then. Okay, that's bad news. We're not open for visitors. Really sorry. There's no way of beating around the bush. We are not open for visitors. I'm really sorry, Teresa. We might be open for a wave. How is that, a wave? Right, so let's crack on with what we're here for, and that is dressing a peg doll, because nobody likes naked peg dolls, right? So mine here, they're hiding at the moment, but it's oh my goodness, wrong order. That's not good. Okay, just putting them in a nice right order. It could be debated. Oh, let's put it this. No, there are several orders that I will tolerate. So this is probably the most pleasing for me. So the little peg dolls, I must say also that if you haven't got this Making Peg Dolls book, this is how the peg doll started for me, and it was with Margaret Bloom, who is based in the US. It's the same publisher. It's Hawthorne Press, that's also published our books. And I just absolutely love this book. It you know, when you think of peg dolls, you're thinking of the dolls that you actually peg washing up, but actually there is a whole thing of peg dolls out there. If you ever want to see what people make with peg dolls, it is the most amazing. It's just amazing. Go and have a look on Pinterest. Just put in peg dolls, and you see all kinds of things. And if you want to have a little look, in fact, I'm just going to move you guys out of the way, and I'll lie this book down, and then we can have a look through this book together. I'm just going to zoom in into a different camera, so just bear with me. There we are. Making peg dolls. Let's have a look. You can all watch. Toadstools can watch. Peg dolls can watch. Tiny little toadstool can watch. Here we go. So this is all Margaret Bloom's designs. This is sort of what she's been up to. Now, these are all available in because she's based in America, so they're easily available. We currently stock one that's similar to that one, but we are looking at getting more those as well of that straight shape, and then there's also a conical shape which is really popular as well. So we are looking at expanding. You need very little really, other than maybe felt, a sewing needle, and some embroidery thread. Sometimes you do need glue, and then you can be so imaginative. Look at this, a whole flower garden. What else have we got? And this is her first book. There is actually a second book for which I wrote the foreword, so I'm rather proud of this. I haven't got that one here. Look at these little bluebirds. Aren't they delightful? And it's all just based on this wooden cone inside, and then you dress them accordingly. So these are quite a lot more complicated and sophisticated, some of the patterns in there, and you can, well, you can make up your own designs, of course, but if something in here really takes your fancy, then I can highly recommend this book. We sell this this first peg doll book. The second one, as I say, we haven't got in stock, but you can buy this anywhere else. It's not hard to come by, including one of the biggest companies that starts with an A, that sells them too. Or you could maybe go directly to the publisher and buy it from there, and help a small publisher out as well. So lots of this is all sort of split into different events throughout the year. There are definitely, some of them are my favorites. I absolutely love this little setup here with Mother Hen and the chicks. So beautiful. And look at all the vegetables in the basket. Look at the carrots and the sweet corn, and there's tomatoes, and I think these are radishes down there. It's a bit hard to see that upside down for me. Or maybe this is a little Brussels sprout. I just think they're really delightful. You could start making Christmas tree decorations in that way as well, of course. Mermaids. It's just, look, I'm not even 1/3 into the book, and there are so many projects, and they're all really thought through. The detail is fantastic, but the simplicity in the detail is just as nice. Look at these dandelions. Oh, look at these clocks here on their heads, like little crocheted hats. I absolutely love it. It's such a delightful book. It really is. Every time I look through it, I find something new that I'd forgotten that was there. Now I'm going to turn this round because I can't actually look very well through this. I'll just see if I can spot a few more. So what else can I show you? Oh, there's a ladybird. How about that? Ladybirds there. Or bugs in general. Bees. Little flower children. They're holding a felt flower in their hand. Oh, that's better. I can see a Halloween theme coming up here. How about this? Witch and the ghost, pumpkin, cat. Oh, toadstools. Everybody loves a good toadstool. Absolutely adorable. Acorns. Look, little pocket that you can make and put little gnomes inside. Children love this sort of stuff. And then, of course, you get all the templates to go with it as well. So racing through there's St. George and the dragon. That's very UK relevant. And then we've got little lantern children with the lanterns. There's the Halloween theme, witch, and angel. Now we're coming to Christmas. There's a King Winter and little angels. Yeah, it just, look, the whole nativity there, how beautiful is that? It's just endless and endless. Once you get into it, I've seen, look at these. Oh, that's to celebrate Hanukkah. I hope I pronounced that right. I think that's a Jewish festival. Is that right? Just tell me that if I'm wrong, or tell me if I'm right as well. There, look at these. Moon, stars, and the sun. And I think we're getting to the end. So bears, of course, bears, and there's our little Riding Hood and the wolf as well. So yes, going on and on and on. And so that's the end of the book, but then there's a second one, so there's even more to choose from. And yeah, really exciting. Anyway, I think I've given enough attention to this book for now, because you're probably all getting a little bit bored, just going, you might not, you might get as excited as I am about it all. So what do you actually need? Now, if you have ordered from us recently, then you will have had in your online order our monthly newsletter. You get every month, you get one of these with our new products, special offers, what the sub boxes are. It sort of tells you a little bit about some of the products. It gives you an idea of what live streams are coming up. Best of all, on the back, you get a free instruction tutorial. So, I've gone a bit closer. There you go. And if you've had this particular piece of paper in your post, then you will have had the instructions plus the template on there. Come a bit closer. These here, which Emma is going to post onto the stream in a minute. So you have a direct link to those templates if you haven't received this newsletter, or maybe you just read it and you thought, yeah, I've read that, let's put it in recycling. Or maybe you haven't ever ordered from us, which you must do, of course. So this was the July newsletter, basically. In August, there will be something else, another free tutorial, because we always love sharing with you. So I'm going to use these templates here on the back to make, first of all, to dress my peg doll. And to do this, you need some felt pieces. And as I've said many times before, we love our wool viscose felt. It's nice and thin. It's really good quality. It's not see-through, so it's a really dense fabric. It really is hard to stretch, which is great. So it's not like, it doesn't tear or anything like that. It's thin enough to have a really nice sort of pliable, I don't know, modeling with it. And it's perfect for peg dolls, it's perfect for needle felting onto, and it's perfect for just about everything to do with dressing mice or moles or hoggies. Yeah, hoggies. And the good news is that we sell a whole rainbow pack. Sorry, it never looks nice in a plastic bag. A whole rainbow pack with all the colors. I'm going to destroy this now. Probably will. Oh dear. I'm not going to be very popular with our lovely ladies upstairs who've got to make this nice and look nice again. But you get a whole rainbow collection in there, which is basically the colors of the pectorals that are laid out here in front of me. So I didn't even have to open it, but I thought I should. It's a really big piece. It's 12 by 12 inches or 30 by 30 centimeters, depending on if you're a metric person or an empirical. No, that's not the word. Imperial? No. Well, you know what I mean. The non-metric version. Imperial, I think that's the word. So this is great to dress lots of pectorals or hoggies or mice or whatever. I'm actually using these little embroidery scissors. If you've got a pair of little sharp embroidery scissors, perfect. Use those if you haven't. Then if you don't, then get these. These are really nice. So you will see them in action in a minute. And then embroidery thread or just plain sewing thread, whatever takes your fancy. I've just got these two here. We do sell these as well because they're part of the doll making stuff that we now stock it in our shop. So you can use ordinary thread or you can use some colorful embroidery thread. And sorry, I've just lost something here. So I'm going to start now. Some of you clever people have pointed out before that if you have a template, you could actually put some transparent paper over it, draw around it, save your nice instruction sheet, file it away for future. I'm not going to be as nice as that. I'm going to cut these templates out now. You don't have to do that because you can use some transparent paper and then draw around it. I know I keep teasing you with the hoggies, and I know you all want to know when you can actually hold them in your hands. Remember, it is a Christmas project, so what we're going to do is, as of next month, they're available to pre-order, and then we will send them out so that you have plenty of time. They will land on your doorstep in November, so that on the 1st of Advent, which is the 29th of November, you will start your first hoggy, okay? I'm not even going to tell you which one that is yet. You will make your first hoggy, and then you make all of them, and then on the 25th of December, all of them will be made. And if you have your Christmas tree as an add-on, then you can also make the Christmas tree in between you're making your hoggies, because there will be plenty of time. You have a whole week to make one hoggy, and then on Christmas Day, you get an extra surprise parcel, and that will be your Christmas Day project to make. And then you're basically at the end, and then you can all celebrate Homer coming home to his family after he's been away during the lockdown, working really hard. And Heather, who's a key worker, she's gonna have some time off finally. She's gonna have a bit longer off because Homer is back, and everybody's really happy. So oh yes, that hasn't answered any questions. So you can pre-order the hoggy kit as of next week, and then we'll send it out so that you get it in November, ready for the 1st of Advent on the 29th of November. And so that it's affordable for everybody, we have made sure that the hoggy kit is just a basic thing that makes the full family. If you've not seen them, I can only show you 3 of them because of course Homer is not at home at the moment. We're waiting for Homer to get home. So you get to make Heather. This is Heather Humble. You get to make Holly. She's the daughter of Homer and Heather. And you get to make Huey, and he is obviously the son. I will now say this to you, but they're gonna be in the nude, okay? You're making nude hedgehogs. That's just, you know, we've all been born nude, so they're gonna be nude to start with. And then you, as an add-on, you can make them clothes. We will give you the instructions of how to make the clothes for free. So you just have to, if you've already got felt or other fabric that you fancy using, then you can do that anyway. So you can dress them yourself. But we will give you options of adding on certain things so that you can enhance that whole Christmas project into a bigger Christmas project if you wish so. Also, you will get a wool, you can add on a wool pack to make a Christmas tree with all the trimmings and decoration, and the instructions for that we will also give you for free. So you're not paying for instructions, you're just paying extra for the ingredients, basically, the materials. Right, peg dolls. I'm going back to the peg dolls now. So what have we got? Go to the close-up demo. So I've got my 3 templates here now, and I'm going to make a purple peg doll. So you lay your template onto there, the best, let's do it at this end, to be the most economical with your fabric as always. And now you can either draw around it, you can pin it on so that the piece of paper doesn't slip. I'm trying to do this a bit more professional than normally. And if you don't want to draw around it, then you could just straight away cut around it, which is what I'm doing. So I'm literally just cutting around this piece of this template. If you get the book making peg dolls, or maybe you've got it already, then definitely don't start cutting templates out of the book. Obviously use parchment paper to draw around it and make your own little patterns up that way. Right, that's one done. And now I'm going to cut the 2 parts of the hat out. So there's 2 parts. So this is what you need the sewing needle and thread for, is to sew the hat together. There's no sewing of the main dress, so to speak. So I'm cutting around there as well. Okay, going around there. Here we are. Sorry, concentrating now. Can't talk while I'm concentrating. That's the second piece. I should also mention, as part of the Hoggy add-on, we've added new colors of felt into it, which is what we call our muted felt. I can't remember the top of my head what colors there are, but it will all be revealed next week. So there could be potentially there's definitely the maroon red in there. There might be, I'm not sure if there's grey in there, but there might be. Okay, here we go. So I now have got the body dress here, and I've got the 2 parts of the hat, and now I need my peg doll. Now this is perfect shape and design and size for our 60mm peg dolls. Now these are, let's look a little bit closer at them. These are beechwood. They are untreated, so they haven't had any chemicals on them whatsoever, and so they are suitable for little children to play with, even to put in their mouth to suck on. So, and they're a fairly good size. So 60 millimeters looks like that. We do have smaller ones there, and we even have got a next size down, and even another next size down. I wouldn't recommend these tiny ones for little children, and I haven't got a template of how to dress them up, but once you know this one, you can probably make one up yourself. So if you wanted to dress them all, putting felt around them is not the only way how you can decorate peg dolls. You can also paint them. So there's absolutely no problem with that too, and I've seen lots of lovely painted peg dolls as well. So this here fits this one here perfectly, and you can test it by wrapping it around him or her. Give it a bit of a pull. It closes up. It does actually close up. And what you want to do is you need to now put glue onto the wooden peg doll, and you really want to put lots and lots of glue around the neck, because this will sort of slightly crimple up there. Don't know if that's a word, crimple up. Crinkle up, or crumple up. I think I've just made a new word up again. And then you really pull this tight so that these parts here meet. Okay. So today I'm using a different glue. because we don't just have the glue sticks, we've also got this tacky glue bottle, which is brilliant, by the way. It's a bit bigger, so with the peg dolls you're really going to use more glue, so you might want to get a bigger bottle. I'm opening it up because I haven't used it yet, and there is actually a cap in there that needs to come out first, otherwise you'll be squeezing and squeezing and nothing will happen. So I'm just going to get rid of that cap here in the bin, and then you put the lid back on. There is already a nozzle here, which you don't need to cut into it. There's a tiny little hole in there. You probably can't see that in the camera, but it's definitely there. And now I'm going to squeeze the glue. It's got a really lovely fine thin little nozzle there. I'm going to squeeze the glue around that peg doll. If you hold it so that you've got it on either end like that, then you can easier distribute the glue. Just keep going round. I've put lots on the neck because that's kind of where the felt will be more crimpled up. New word, I think. I don't know. Does crimple exist? In German it's called Krumpel. Maybe that's where I got it from. Like it's a combination between German and English. That reminds me, didn't we used to have a language that was like, was it called Eureka or something like that? I can't remember that. Wasn't there a language that was meant to work? I don't know, for everybody. Well, obviously it's not, because I've heard about it and then never heard anything about it. Oh, hilarious. Right. Okay, there we go. So now I've got a very glued up peg doll, which I don't really want to put down. I mean, you can stand it up, but I'll probably end up with a bit of glue on there. And now you're going to, there we go. I'm just going to fasten that on one end, and then I'm gonna go all the way around. It's not super glue, so if it's slightly out of place, you know, you can adjust it. The main thing is that you make the ends meet. So you can give that sort of a bit of a squeeze and a squish, and then push it in around the neck so that the neck is nice and tight. And if you've got something like this, like I have here, then you use your nice little scissors and you can just cut the excess off. There we go. And now it's a dressed peg doll. You can see the seam ever so slightly here, but it's not too bad. And you can have that at the back and then use obviously the other parts at the front. If you've cut your felt and you have little bits sticking out at the base, then just trim them short with your scissors. Actually, mine is fine here, but you can just trim bits off so that the peg doll is looks a little bit more evenly dressed. Okay, so I'm gonna have a look at comments here now. What's going on? Oh dear, poor Emma. I'm so sorry I cut your newsletter up, Emma. Oh, I feel very ashamed. Sorry. I'll stick it in again when I'm finished. Oh, okay. So I don't know where I need to go back. There's just so much chatter going on. It's a great book, says Marjolein. Of course, you would know that, Marjolein, because that's how we met, really, through the book and through the peg dolls. I love the idea of children being able to make little plays with them. Oh yeah, that'd be really nice, Alicia. I can't believe you guys don't love the sound of music. I'm the only one who doesn't like it. It's not a German thing, I promise you. I didn't even know about it until I came here, and then everybody sort of thought I was really into the sound of music. In fact, they probably thought I was playing a part in it. And when I first, it's just, I can't explain it. It's because you guys are trying to capture a culture that's like, I can't even think of anything. There are, oh, I know, I tell you this now. So, have you ever wondered why there are so many Germans flooding into Cornwall? Have you ever wondered that? When you go to Cornwall, every other person is German. Probably not at the moment, but usually they are. And I was really, I thought, why are they coming to Cornwall? It's not even that close to Germany, you know, to get to it. And I asked somebody, I said, why is everybody here, why is half the population German? And they all said, it's because of Rosamund Pilcher. Now, Rosamund, have any of you ever heard of her? She is the biggest hero in Germany. She does these really corny stories in Cornwall, basically, and they are like love stories, and they're just the schnulz of the century, but the Germans absolutely love it. I swear to you, you as an English person watching it, you will hate it. You will think, what on earth is going on? And it's I think it's the something's lost in the translation about trying to bring a certain culture across. So that's how I feel about The Sound of Music. It's just like, it makes me cringe. Honestly, it does. I just like, oh no, get me out of here. And you will probably, this is why you've never heard of Rosamund Pilcher. I bet you haven't, because she's totally unknown in the UK, but she is the biggest fan in and I think I don't know if she's German or what her nationality is, but she presents this totally not true Cornwall to the Germans, and they love it and they come and visit it. So there you go. Let's see what else people are saying. Oh, we've got Hawthorne Press watching. Welcome. I don't know who from Hawthorne Press, but maybe they make themselves known. Jane is there. Hi Jane, just got there. Well, the main thing is you're here. You cut your hair. I did, Samantha. How did you guess that? Is it that bad? My children always laugh at me because I cut my own hair. I have done for years and years and years. And so I was totally ready. Now I know why I started doing that. Because it's easy to cut my own hair. And then I between you and me, I put a bit of dye in. I know I'm terribly vain, and actually this time I managed to dye the top of my ears. I even asked my daughter in the car this morning, I said, have I still got brown ears? I am such an idiot, honestly. Oh dear, I tell you another story. At some point I tried to dye my eyebrows. You know, when you're putting the dye on, it looks like sort of a nice benign cream, and then once the air gets to it, I don't know which one of the Muppet Show, no, it wasn't the Muppet Show, Sesame Street, which one is the one with the really, like, the major serious eyebrows? Is it Ernie or is it Bert? I can't remember, but I looked in the mirror and I just burst out laughing. And it says on the packaging, do not use on any other body hair. It was so funny. I never do that again now. It scared myself to death. So I'm just leave my eyebrows alone now. So there you go, another bit of an insight into my crazy world. Oh, Alicia needs the rainbow pack. Of course you do. Oh, you've got all the pastels. Okay. So what else? Do you do browns and greys in your felt? Definitely brown. Like I said, I'm not so sure about grey, but that's an idea. Helen says, unfortunately, order my dolls before instructions were about, so I have medium ones. I did order the other day. The right size. Oh, I'm so sorry, Helen. Yes, you need but you could maybe just adjust the pattern slightly. What have you done to, oh yes, oh sorry, I'm going the wrong way again. Oh God, are you thinking of putting a Makers Makes book together with all these wonderful free tutorials and have empty folders to add the ones we buy to the set? Oh, that's a good idea. Well, you see, the free tutorials, the free instructions, they're usually available on our website anyway, so you could just print them off. But yeah, putting a folder together, that's not a bad idea. Have to put that to Sophie. Nude with belly buttons. Well, you can make a hoggy belly button. Now, has anybody ever needle felted a hedgehog belly button? That'd be the first, wouldn't it? That'd be amazing. You might make the news with that. Yes, we have a chocolate brown, that's right. What else is going on here? I don't know, what a great idea, but I don't think we would find the time. Yes, when would you find the time, Emma? More like it. I love that glue. It is amazing. Use it for paper crafts too. Excellent. Karen is there. Hi, Karen. Mo, I don't like the sound of music either. Ah, thank you, Mo. There you go. Somebody else. Yes, I've heard of her. Wouldn't want to read the books. Not my type of book. Exactly. Exactly. This is Rosamund Pilcher, right? It's because that's how I feel about the Sound of Music. It's just not my kind of stuff. Jane says, missed you last week. Was looking after Charlotte while Claire worked. Oh, did catch up later though. Oh, that's so nice. You're looking after your granddaughter. Karen says, oh, I love that idea. Belly buttons. Okay. Right. God, I always look really like evil when I try and read the comments. So let's get to the hat. Okay. I've got two pieces here and they need to be sewn together. Just trying to remember how they go. So you line them up so that the round parts lay on top of each other. And then all you're sewing up is literally all that round bit across there. So that becomes where the peg doll's head will sit in. So you're sewing up the bit here along the top. Now, if you want to give the peg doll sort of an outer, you use blanket stitch and you keep the hat that way round. If you want that to disappear, then you sew it up and you turn it inside out so that you've got a seam at the top. You can also sew it up with a thread that is less obvious than this, and keep it that way round. That's entirely up to you. I think they look really cute whichever way you want to sew them up. So it's entirely up to you whether you want it to be more of a flat cup or whether you like it with a seam here. I should say that this design here is our design. We've made it fit to our peg dolls. So, but there are some amazing designs in here, and you might have to adjust them slightly because the peg dolls in here we can't get in the UK. So, but we have similar sizes, and I'm sure you can kind of adjust it. And the other one I think is called Making More Peg Dolls, I think. So the second book is called Making More Peg Dolls. I don't know if it's in the back. Oh look, there's a photo of Margaret. There you go. There she is. And yeah, I don't think it says anything in the back about the second book, but then maybe, I don't know why it doesn't. Anyway, right, let's get sewing. So you need a sewing needle, which I have got here. I'm using a big needle, so when I sew down here you can see it. I'm also going to use an obvious thread. Use that blue here. So blue and purple start working for me. Or let's use pink. That's a bit more contrasty. So I'm using embroidery thread, so it's easier to see. I'm just going to come close up again so you can see what I'm doing here. So I've got my embroidery thread. You can, if you're using the embroidery thread that is plied, then you can separate the plies and use it as a single, a double, or up to 6 threads. Just to have the contrast here, I'm leaving it at a 6 thread using my scissors. And then I'm threading my needle. Oh, I have to show this, don't I? So the way I thread my needle is I hold the thread like that, put my needle behind it, and then pull the thread really tight so that I have got a nice tight neat end of the thread between my thumb, and then I put that doubled up thread through my needle, and that way is a really easy way to thread your needle. I'm keeping this as a single thread, and I'm doing a blanket stitch. If you're turning this hat inside out, you don't have to do a blanket stitch. So all I'm doing first of all is I'm hiding the end of my thread. So because I'm not turning it inside out, I need to, you can put a knot on there if you want. I'm just tucking it in. And now I'm going to go and sew my blanket stitch. So to remind you, a blanket stitch is an overstitch, and before you pull it tight, before you get pull that little loop in, you go through that loop with your needle, and then you pull it, and then it kind of bridges the gap with the extra thread going along. So an over the seam, and then pull your needle through the loop. So I'm going over, pull it until I get to that little loop, and then I make sure you don't get that loop twisted. That is a pain in the hoo-ha. Here we go. Keep going along there. and I keep going and going. There we are. It's working quite nicely. This is a good practice to sew some hoggy clothes for when you need to dress your little hoggies. And I'm so excited about them. I really am. I just feel like the more I get excited, the more I tell you about it, the more you're probably going to get fed up with it. But I am really excited. And oh yes, and also what I should say is, so the Hoggy Christmas project packs, this is a special edition. We might continue the Hoggy packs after Christmas, but the special Christmas edition, each project each week has got lots of little surprises in there. So there will be, because of course it's Christmas, so that you will find in these packs different little Christmas presents that the hoggies make to each other. And so I won't give you anything away, but I'm having so much fun putting all this together. It's yeah, it's really funny. Hope you all have got your ticket to a Needlefelter Mole with me tomorrow evening at 7 p.m. on Facebook with the Creative Craft Shows. If you don't know about this yet, then do have a look at our Facebook page. We've been trying to make people aware of this lots, and you can needlefelt a little mole. He's really delightful and is such a simple project. If you know somebody who's heard of needlefelting but hasn't dared to have a go, treat them to an £8 ticket and tell them to watch it, and then they can get the materials. And then they can join in it, or at least they can watch it. You can watch this tutorial over and over. Once you've purchased an £8 ticket, it is your basically yours to watch. Right, I've just cut that thread short. Now I'm tucking that inside. So I have now sewn a little hat. My thumb just about fits in there. There, little hat, ready to go onto the peg doll. What I should have said earlier is that when you look at the peg dolls, they kind of, because of the grain in the wood, they have sort of obvious places which could almost be doubling up as a face. Now I didn't actually choose a nice face. It all depends where you've got the seam at the back. But the bit that I've got has actually got no pattern on it, so that's fine. At least I'm not sort of in between a pattern or not. This one even has got like an upside down smiley face on it. So the idea is that this little hat now will fit onto your peg doll like that, and the back will reach down to the neck. So the two fabrics of the hat and the fabric of the peg doll should touch each other. That's exactly what's meant to happen. So if you have decided to turn this the other way around, then you just turn it inside out, obviously, and you have the thread from the other side. The ends of the thread are poking out on the other side. So what I'm going to do is, I've actually had a little idea. I don't know if you've seen, we do these tiny little curls actually in 5 different colors. So I thought, well, that's almost a rainbow in itself. So I thought, wouldn't it be fun to have a few curls sticking out of the top of the hat? So you could go with a color that you've made the peg doll out of, or you could choose a different color. Now these are tiny curls. They're not very tidy. They're sort of really frizzy, really frizzy. If you look at this, tiny little curls. You don't have to do this. This was just an idea to maybe add a few curls into it. If you don't want to do that, I will show you how you can draw hair onto your little face of the peg doll there. So that's just, it was just an idea, and I'm going to try it, and then I'll make another peg doll with without it, so I can show you, or maybe I should do that first. Let's do that first. Okay, so to add the hat, use your glue bottle and squirt glue onto certainly all the back of the head. So again, just go heavy on the neck and around. Don't go too far into the face, because you don't want the glue in the face. So be mindful of that. So I've just done sort of a receding hairline. Think of that. And now have your hat ready open, and then just pull it on. Make sure that you pull it down the back. It's actually there. got stuck a bit, and let it go beyond that. Now I do have a bit of glue in the face, so I'm just wiping that off now. The glue will dry transparent. It is it's one of those. So now I've got glue on my fingers everywhere. I'm such a messy crafter, but it's not bad, so it's good. It's not in the face of the peg doll, and there's the little doll ready to receive its facial features. If you want to give it facial features, then you can use some crayons. I've got some really old ones here my children used actually when they were at kindergarten. They're really amazing. I love these Lyra pencils, but any pencils will do, even a bit of blusher if you want to blush the cheeks in. Now the secret of making these peg dolls look nice is by going really minimalistic. So don't start painting their faces like there's no tomorrow. This is not a painting competition. This is just to give them the tiniest little features. So you can just make little eyes. Keep the eyes wide apart. That kind of makes them look cute. So just give them little eyes by just making tiny little brown circles there. And then you could give them a little mouth. Just a little mouth. And that's all they actually need to look quite sweet. Just a tiny little mouth and a couple of eyes. But you could take it a bit further if you like using the pens. Then just give them rosy cheeks. Doing this. There. Like that. You could do that as an extra bit. Little rosy cheeks. And then if you want to, you could even give them some hair. Now the hair could be something like that. This one looks like it's either yawning or singing. It could be curly whirly little hairs. She's asleep, or maybe she's singing with her eyes shut. More curly hair, no hair, but cross like X eyes. No hair, just really wide apart eyes. Just have a little play. No hair, and just one curly curl running down the front. So the less you do, the better, really. But if you needed to give them hair, then you could just sort of color in the forehead with a bit of that brown, like that. Just keep it really, really minimalistic and make sure that that's it. So just a tiny little fringe. She's got a tiny little fringe there, and basically that's your peg doll done. All dressed. Glue needs to dry still, but it's pretty solid, and it sort of sucks the felt onto the wood as well. So that's quite good actually. There. I'm going to have a little read what you're all saying. Let's have a look. Oh my goodness, so much chat. Okay, trying to catch up. Oh yes, we were talking about that. I love the blanket stitch look, very decorative. Yeah, it's really nice, especially if you make a nice neat stitch. Oh, Diane is there. Hi guys, she says, what book was that, please? Diane, what book? Oh, I think, okay, so if you were reading the comments that Jane said, and was it Jane? Who said they don't like the book now? I've heard of her. Wouldn't want to read the book, not my type of book. That's what Jane said. If you wanted to know, Diane, because you joined late, oh God, we weren't talking about a craft book, the one that Jane doesn't like. We were talking about a fictional book. But if you wanted to know the book that we were talking about and flicked through it at the very beginning, then this is called Making Peg Dolls, and it's by Margaret Bloom. It's Hawthorne Press is the publisher, same publisher as our three books. It's a delightful book. It has got stacks and stacks of peg doll projects in there, and you can go back and watch at the beginning, because I've gone through a load of them. Yeah, I've basically gone through the book. So that is the book, and Emma's just posted the link. Thank you, Emma, for that. There is another one that is called making more peg dolls. I think that's what it's called. Oh, Alicia's just finished her third dog. You do have 4 days left to get your subscription box to make the Dachshunds. They're still all lined up here, looking all smart and happy. It's not a subscription, the Hoggies. Quite right, Emma. It's a one-off Christmas project pack, but it might be available after that as a non-Christmas version. We haven't decided yet. It's not a subscription. It's a one-off purchase to treat you for Christmas and to treat Homer. Pre-order. Hope we will get a heads up. Yes, you will get the heads up. I promise, I promise, I promise. Karen is excited about it. Everybody's excited about the Hoggies. Yay, so excited. More tutorial link. Yeah, book your ticket for next. I want to say next week, but we're already in next week because today's Monday. For tomorrow, basically. Got my ticket. Ooh, Diane has got her ticket. I love how the red looks on the blue, Steffi. The red looks... Oh, yes, it's pink, actually. No, it looks really nice. I really like it. My eyes. Look at those non-sharp pencils. Oh, I'm so sorry. They haven't been sharpened. They haven't been sharpened for years. It's a minor detail. Safety first. That's it. You don't want sharp pencils. It's not very safe. A little note about the mole tutorial. After you buy your ticket, you will be invited to join a private group on Facebook. Thank you, Emma. Where you can watch along live and then again as many times as you want later. Karen says they would be so cute at Christmas as a little choir in Christmas colors on your mantle. Why didn't I think about that? That's an amazing idea. All these little peg dolls singing their hearts out with carols, little carol singers. How sweet is that? You see, I knew why I made them singing peg dolls. There you are. Oh, that's a really good idea. I love that. In Christmas colors too. Could we also sew these in wool? In wool. You could dress them in wool, but you when you say sew in wool, do you mean actually needle felt and then sew it on? Just be a bit clearer, Karen. I'm not quite sure. I'm probably not reading your comment very well. So nobody's said anything about my hair dyeing adventures. That's good. Let's move on swiftly. Excellent. Okay, right. Good. So, yeah, we were going to talk about this little chap here. So we have little accessories as well. So we don't just have the 4 sizes for the peg dolls. We've also got these little cute plant pots. In fact, they also fit, believe it or not, they fit the peg doll's head. So you could be making a snowman. Now I've given you an idea with a pot on his head, or I don't know, a chimney sweep or something like that. So they actually fit on their heads, and you obviously have to glue them on. And we've also got the toadstools. They come in 3 different sizes. Again, they're made from beechwood. They're actually really satisfying to... Oh, I've got one that's painted. Let's use a plain one. They're really satisfying. They're really smooth. They're turned beautifully from beechwood, not beechwood. That's called a spoonerism. Or is it? Yes, it is. Yeah, a beechwood. They're made from beechwood, not beechwood. And we love them. So basically, I will show you now quickly how to dress a toadstool in felt. It's not the neatest job because I'm not so... it doesn't have to be neat for me, but if it needs to be neat for you, then you're going to have to work out how to make this super neat. But mine is a nice... The template is very neat. But I like it that it's kind of not perfectly fitting on the toadstool. So I'm cutting out the template now. Don't look, Emma, out of the newsletter. It's nice on the other side as well. You can read part of it. So you keep that newsletter forever. If you have a dull moment, you can guess what the rest says. And you cut these little wedges out. Yeah. And that is going to be the template that you use to make your toadstool. I'm not actually going to make a red one, I've decided, because I've got some already. So I'm going to make a blue one. So there's my blue felt, my template. I am going to pin that on like that. No, that wasn't good pinning. That's actually moved now. Pin that on like that. There, that's better pinning. And now I'm going to cut around the template as I did earlier with the peg doll while it's pinned onto my felt, and work my way around this. Let's just go around first and then put the wedges out. Cut them. I'm sure there's another word for it, but I can't think of it now. There we are. I hope you all had a good weekend. I will admit I've had a bit of a traumatic time on Saturday in the supermarket. Well, I went into the supermarket on Friday, the first time wearing a mask, which I found absolutely awful. Hated every minute of it. I thought somebody was trying to suffocate me. So I then I'd bought lots of cotton yarn to try and knit myself a face mask, which I know is a lot more breathable, and which is totally ineffective. But I know, it's just like, it's either me breathing or me dying in a shop. So cut that out, by the way, there. So I wore that and I thought, oh my goodness, I can't, this is just, I have to wear this knitted thing. So I've designed my own pattern, knitted two now, and I wore, yesterday for the first time I wore it, I drove to the supermarket and I parked my car, and I was feeling so anxious of going into the supermarket testing my face mask. It's not just that I can't breathe, I just find it, so, I don't know, I can't explain it, but so human walking around with a face mask that and I am just, I don't know, I'm such a human. We all are, of course, but I just found it really weird, like I was in some sort of horror movie and somebody would wake me up in a minute. So I felt like really anxious and self-conscious and just kept fiddling with my mask, and I had to do all this bloody shopping that I hate anyway. And then I did everything that I had to do. I couldn't wait to get outside. And as soon as I stepped out, I'm like, oh, get on with it. Breathe. And then I thought, where's my car? And so I marched off with a fully like bursting, you know, when you go to the supermarket, and I refuse to get a big trolley because I always think if I get a big trolley, I fill it. So I get a small trolley. So when I fill that, at some point I have to stop. So I had this small trolley that was on the verge of everything falling off. Have you ever pushed a trolley across supermarket car parks? It's the most unfriendly pavement. They have these, I've always wondered why they have this rippled, like they have like bobbled pave stones on the crossings where you have to cross with your trolley, and you're going like this, really fearful that all the shopping will just about spill into the road. So I'm like, where's my car? I'm heading off. I'm walking around for 50 minutes, I'm not kidding you, with this trolley that I'm like, oh, catch this, put this back on, looking for my car, and I could see the car park warden started to be interested in me, thinking, was this mad woman walking around with her shopping trolley, and he sort of edged his way towards me as I edged my way towards him. And then he said, are you all right? I was like, no, I've lost my car. And so he said, oh, what car is it? So I said what it was, and he said, is it that one? I said, no, that's too blue. Is it that one? No, it's not white. Is it that one? And I said, no, it must be somewhere here. All I could remember is that I reversed into my car park slot, and it was near one of those trolley parks. Well, it happens, this supermarket has about 15 trolley parks, so eventually I would find my car. But I was absolutely convinced I was in that part of the car park. As it turns out, there wasn't a single, he said, it's not here, your car's not here, I've been here, standing here, I know this car is not here. I'm like, well, it must be here. So he said, have you looked in the other part of the car park? I said, no, I haven't parked there. He said, let's just go and have a look. And lo and behold, of course, my car was there, which made me feel like a complete twerp. So I walked to the car, and I just thought, oh, It's all because of that face mask, I'm sure. I was so nervous to go into the supermarket. I was convinced I had parked in a completely different car park. There was even a moment where I thought, have I even taken that car? Was it one of the other cars? Because we've got two. And then I just drove home, and then I had to lie down for the rest of the day to recover. And I just thought, oh, this is just too much to cope with. So why am I telling you this story? No idea. Anyway, here we are. Toadstool template. Toadstool on here now. Okay, so I'm going to go small now. I'm just going to have a quick look at what people are saying before I go small. In case I'm missing anything interesting. Well, it's all interesting, of course. Pain in the hoo-ha. You are too funny. Well, oh, is that how you spell hoo-ha? Didn't even know. Do we have to subscribe? Oh no, we've covered that. Pre-order. Hope we'll get. Oh, I've read all of this. Yay! So excited. Got my ticket. Thanks, Emma. I love how the. Oh yes. Oh, I've looked at all of this. Why does this? Okay, looked at all of that. Finished, but got to go and cook my chicken. Thank you, love tutorial as usual. Oh, thank you, Helen. You're a star for being here. I think Karen means do them in wool. Do them in wool. I actually can't remember what we were talking about. Oh, like making felted wool versions. What you mean woolen peg dolls? Yeah, why not? Make yourself a woolen peg doll. I think that would be great. And then share it with us, of course, so we can all copy you. Karen, we felt them in wool also. Just managed the end. Thank you. The end. Oh, I haven't finished yet. Have you all gone now? Oh, it's the top. Oh. Oh. Karen, now you're doing this to confuse me. Okay, so Karen says it's a top deal hat. Oh, okay. I think you mean it's a top hat, Steffi. Oh, you do make me laugh. I bet you're doing this on purpose now. So, oh, bless. Karen says I suck at spelling today. Not as bad as I do half the time. Don't read ever any of my Facebook comments. This reminds me of when I posted the most awful spelling mistake Facebook comment. If anybody ever understood it, they must be an absolute genius. And then I apologized for a really bad spelled comment, which then was even worse spelled, and I couldn't even be bothered to correct it anymore. I just said, oh, just ignore me. Yes, like a felted version. I got you now, Karen. Yes, you can make a felted peg doll if you want to. That would be amazing. Like a little, it's almost like a little Russian doll, isn't it? Could make a little game for preschool age, match the Toadstool to the peg doll. Oh, that's a really good idea. The peg dolls could be a checker game too. Yeah, absolutely. I've even know people who've done a whole chess game. Use them as the game pieces or for chess. Oh, there you are. Karen has taken the words out of my mouth. For blind people so they can know they are on the crosswalk. Are we still talking about peg dolls? I was thinking of chess pieces. That's to slow the cars down. Those. Oh, I see. Oh my goodness! I thought you're talking about peg. Oh, is it actually? That's what. Oh, I see. Okay. So the rippled pavement in supermarkets is for blind people, so they know they're on the crosswalk. Oh my god! I am such a numpty. This is hilarious. Why nobody's ever told me that? I just thought it was so impractical for shopping trolleys. Surely somebody would have noticed that. Oh, okay. I thought you were talking about peg dolls. Good for blind people. So oh my god, so they know they are on the crosswalk. Oh my god, if you're having half as much fun as I'm having, I'm going to charge you for this next time. Oh dear, nearly finished the third dachshund too. Alicia, have you made a rug too? Karen says, oh, poor Steffi. Thank you, Karen. Somebody feels sorry for me. Alicia says, made 2 rugs. Carol need to make a third now. And remember, we've got that rug tutorial of how to weave a rug on our YouTube channel as well. Faith says, oh, Steffi, that sounds awful. Still haven't been out beyond my front garden. So scary for me. So you're brave, really going at all. Well, I have been out all the time. I must say I'm not a great fan of food shopping anyway. It just feels like I don't know. We have to buy so much food all the time because we've got such a large family. But it's the face mask that completely spooked me. Really felt for your supermarket experience. I'm a lip reader and it's a nightmare. Oh my goodness, Laura, I have no idea how you cope. And I can even hear what people are saying, and I feel like I'm in the shop with people that I don't know aren't even people. I always enjoy these little laughs. Oh, thank you. Right, so let's get back to the Toadstool. Let's go into the close-up demo. Right, Toadstool, and there is the fitting hat, and now you're going to basically cover your Toadstool with glue all along the top like you did with a peg doll. Make it nice and covered up. I'm gonna move this pencil out of the picture so Emma doesn't. They're all sharpened now, Emma. I've got a sharpener here. Just done it. Sharpening the pencils. Sharpened the pencils. There you go. Right, and then you just basically put this on the top, and now you're sort of putting these flaps together as best as you can on top of each other, like almost like a windmill. And it doesn't matter if they stick up a bit. This is not meant to be a perfect fit. Okay, so now you can leave it like this, or you can cut these flaps more into shape so that it goes with, so if that's really bothering you, then just cut these little pieces off so that it's more flush with the rest. And it's on purpose slightly longer than the actual Toadstool top there. There we are. And now you can cut random little white spots out. And as you know me also well, I'm very good at cutting corners, so I've folded this a few times to make a fat little square, and I'm just cutting out a few spots out of all of this. They're not going to be perfectly round. If you want yours to be perfectly round, go for it. I've got a little wad of spots here now, and all I'm going to do is I'm just going to add little dabs of glue where I want the spots to go. Like that. I'm not going to fit all of them on there. It doesn't have to be too overcrowded. That'll do. And then I just pick my spots. If you want to shape them a little bit rounder, do so before you put them on. Make them bigger, smaller. No, you can't make them bigger. Make them smaller. There. Stick them on. I'm just evening out the sort of pointy edges. They're not so round when you cut it all in one go. And then you've made a toadstool in a different color. And then, as Jane said, if you do this for children, you can ask them to match up the different toadstool colors to the pectoral colors if you're making them from the same felt. There. And one more. Let's put a little one on the side there. Make that slightly smaller. I'm actually cutting each one individually, so I could have just started out like that, but already got a small shape, and then the last one here, and there you are. Got a nice little toadstool ready to be paired up with the matching color pectoral. So that's basically how to dress your pectorals. Yeah, matches my top. And how to make toadstool. It's got quite big spots on it. These are a little bit smaller on here. That's it basically. Now, I know I did say if we've got a minute, I know it's already gone past the time, but what I did is to make the little toadstool to fit inside here is I I made all of this separately. So if you want to remind yourself how to make a tiny toadstool, then remember there is a tutorial on how to needle felt a toadstool on YouTube. You can revisit that. You just have to work in really small, tiny scales, and then and then you do a green base and you plonk the toadstool on top of it. None of this has been done while it's in the pot. Okay, you do this completely separately, and you keep checking that it actually fits inside that plant pot. And then when it's all done, and I have used, for the tiny work, I have used the 42 needle. Oh, there it is. I've put it away over there. The pink needle, our pink needle, is a twisted 42. It is super fine. I will just show you this close up. We talked about this at the weekend on Facebook. It is a brilliant needle because it's a great surface working needle. It doesn't really, when you try and stab small things and want to make them really neat, this is a brilliant needle to do so. Once it's glued on, you obviously can't stab into the plant pot because you're hitting wood. So I'm just going over the toadstool here to show you. And that is basically how you do the toadstool. It is a really easy way. You just need to be able to walk in small dimensions here. And that's it really. So just going to have a quick little look at who's still there. I think that's everybody has left us now. No, there's still lots of you watching, but I don't know, you've all gone quiet. So that's basically all from me today. We have got, oh yes, flamingos. We've got flamingos coming on Thursday. I'm really looking forward to that one. Remember, you've got 4 days left to get your subscription box for the dachshund. You've also got 4 days left to get your subscription box for the wild rose fairy, which has gone somewhere else already. She's hiding. And then as of July, no, we're in July. As of 1st of August, you will get the sunflower fairy in your fairy box, a new surprise box, and a new maker's box, which is our hanging sloths. They're hanging out there, and it's a wall hanging. And of course, on Friday, the 31st of July, I will be opening up the boxes. And Sophie will make an appearance because the sloths is one of her designs. And so I'm sure she's got lots to tell you about that too. So put all those dates in your diary. First one tomorrow at 7 p.m. with the creative craft shows to make a molly. On Thursday, I'm back with flamingos. And then on Friday, and we're changing the times, the live streams now, to 3 p.m. So that's to help people in America. It's to help, I don't know, everybody else who might. You can never please anybody, but hopefully this will be good news for lots of people. So it was really lovely to see you all here today, and you did make me laugh. You're really a funny lot. So and yeah, just make some peck dolls. Show us what inspires you once you've made your peck dolls, how you're making them, why you're making them. If you're making any from the book, then definitely share it with us so we can share it with the publisher, but also with Margaret. You can tag Margaret. She goes under We Bloom Here, I think, and then I think she's got a new Instagram. Just go onto our Instagram if you are on Instagram, and then find the post about this video tutorial, because I tagged her in that, and then you can see what her name is, and tag her too, and then she'll be really delighted to see any peck dolls, because that's what she loves. So that's all from me today. Take care, everybody. Stay safe, and yeah, I don't really know what else to say. Just have a good old laugh now and then, because it just helps to free up your soul. So see you soon, and take care.